$40,000 in escrow could be eating your first-year cash flow on a Boise rental, and you won't see it coming until the loan documents hit your desk. Here's what most real estate investors believe. Escrow costs in Boise are roughly the same percentage of purchase price as any other U.S. market. Property taxes, insurance, HOA reserves, they're all factored into the standard 5-7% cash flow drag. That's the conventional wisdom. That's wrong. Research into Idaho State Real Estate Commission disclosures and Boise MLS data from 2023-2024 shows Boise's combined escrow load, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and HOA reserve contributions can total 8-12% of annual rental income. That's 30-60% higher than comparable Sun Belt markets like Phoenix, Tampa, and Austin, where the same metric runs 5-7%. Delta is brutal. $400,000 Boise rental property generating $20,000 in gross annual rental income could face $1,600 in extra annual escrow drag compared to an identical Phoenix deal. Over 10 years, that's $16,000, $24,000 in carry cost you never anticipated. On a cash-on-cash return basis, that's 5 percentage points of first-year yield gone. Let me walk you through the three-line escrow statement most investors skip, and why it matters now more than ever in Boise. First, property taxes. Boise's effective property tax rate on residential rentals averages 0.71% of assessed value annually per BLS data. For $400,000 purchase, that's roughly $2,840 a year going into your escrow account. But and this is the hidden detail. Boise assessors have been repricing properties upwards since 2021 due to the investor inflow. That means your assessed value might jump 8-15% in year 2 or 3, pushing your escrow payment up by $230, $430 annually without warning. Mortgage lenders front-load these payments, they don't backload them, so you're pinned for the full amount at closing and every month after. Second, homeowners insurance. A typical $400,000 rental in Boise runs $200, $600 per year for landlord coverage, depending on age and construction. That's $100, $133 a month sitting in your escrow account. But in Boise, with the rapid appreciation and new construction in high-risk fire zones, insurance carriers have raised rates 12-18% year-over-year since 2022. If you model your pro forma on 2023 rates, you're underestimating 2024 escrow by $150, $280 annually. Third, HOA reserves. Here's where the shark hits hardest. Boise's newer rental communities, the ones with the highest cap rates and strongest cash flow, often carry HOA fees of $250, $500 monthly. Many HOA bylaws require reserve contributions of 15-20% on top of operating fees. That means you're paying $40, $100 extra per month just for reserve funding that sits in an account you can't touch. Over a year, that's $480, $200 locked in escrow for future roof replacement or parking lot repair you may never directly benefit from as an investor. Add those three lines together. $2,840 property taxes, $1,400 insurance, $600 HOA reserve. That's $4,840 a year or $403 monthly on a property generating $1,667 gross monthly rental income. That's 24% of your monthly rent vanishing into escrow before you cover mortgage principal, vacancy, repairs, or CapEx. Now compare that to a $400,000 Phoenix rental with identical rental income. Phoenix's property tax rate is 0.62%. Insurance runs $900, $100. HOA reserve is typically 10% on lower fees, $150, $250 monthly. Total escrow, $480 property tax, $1,000 insurance, $250 HOA. That's $3,730 annually, $110 less than Boise or 30% lower escrow drag. Most investors model their Boise acquisition at a 5% cap rate on the gross. They assume 25% in operating expenses, property management, maintenance, vacancy. That leaves 4-5% net yield. But when you account for the true escrow load, 8-12% of rent, not 5-7%, your actual first-year cash-on-cash return drops from 4-5% to 2-5-3-31%. That gap compounds. Over 5 years, it's $8,000, $12,000 in underperforming carry costs. Over 10 years, it's $16,000, $24,000. The reason this matters now, Boise's real estate market has seen a 340% increase in institutional investor acquisitions since 2021. That inflow pushed prices up 67% in 5 years. But escrow cost creep, driven by rising property taxes, insurance premiums, and inflated HOA reserves, is not always transparent in MLS listings or broker commission disclosures. Most agents quote the property tax rate, not the actual dollar escrow burden. Most loan officers bury the escrow schedule in page 8 of the closing disclosure. If you're evaluating a Boise rental right now, pull the actual loan documents from your last property. Find the escrow statement. Calculate it as a percentage of gross rental income. If it's above 8%, your pro forma is already at risk. Compare it to your last out-of-state deal. If the delta is more than 2-3 percentage points, that's a sign Boise's escrow structure is materially different, and your return expectations should shift downward by 1.5% in year 1. Real estate rewards research. See you in the next deal.